So far away, Lucas. What's your favourite King Kong moment?
I have no idea. I don't know too much about King Kong, other than just falling off the Empire State Building over and over again.
What a loser. Can't even climb an Empire State Building. Spider-Man did it. So far away, Lucas, as you often do, to let the lovely audience at home know what the specific topic of today's Wiki Weekend is.
Yeah, so we've already talked about Godzilla, and now we're going to be talking about King Kong from the same Monsterverse.
Yes, as Lucas alluded to there, we're referring to the King Kong in the cinematic universe known as the Monsterverse, produced by Legendary. And as we mentioned in the Godzilla video, if people watch that, and I guess it has to go up first now, because that's what we said. We've not seen Godzilla vs. Kong yet. It's not out. We just thought it'd be fun to talk about Godzilla and King Kong. So we'll start, as we often do, at the beginning. So, King Kong, parentheses, Monsterverse. And nicknames, Kong, King of Skull Island, God of Skull Island.
Oh, fucking hell.
I can see there is like a hierarchy of respect afforded to King Kong in this universe. King of Skull, God of Skull Island. And then Lucas, oh my god. This might be the most badass fucking nickname or alias we've seen on Wiki Weekend so far.
Oh, really?
The Mountain Who Thunders.
Oh.
And then just below that, simply Death. Because that's what people see when they see fucking King Kong coming over. Then we have biological information. Homeworld, Earth. Species, Titanus Kong. Gender, male. Height, 104 feet. Oh. Bless.
I mean, God, that's got nothing on Godzilla.
Yeah, he's going to get bigger though, don't worry. And then weight, 158 tons. Keep in mind that Godzilla, as we discovered yesterday, weighs nearly 100,000 tons.
Yeah.
How the fuck are these two things going to fight? I guess we'll find out in the movie. That's not come out yet, so don't bitch at us about it. We don't know. Enemies, the Skull Crawlers, the Death Jackals, the Maya Squids, the Siren Jaws, the Mother Longlegs, the Holy Tigers. Fucking hell, what lives on Skull Island?
Like, Jesus Christ, why are these not the fucking band names, Karl?
Have you seen Skull Island yet?
I've not seen Skull Island before, no.
It has the moment in it that everybody hates, and it is some people walking through a bamboo forest and like cutting the bamboo out, and then he looks up, oh, no, it's not bamboo, it's spider legs. It's like 80-foot tall spiders, dear God.
Oh,
now.
God.
King Kong, Kingu Kongu. Really? Oh, sorry, that's a Japanese thing, I guess. Is that what he's called in Japanese? Kingu Kongu?
I have no clue.
That doesn't sound as threatening, does it, as King Kong?
It doesn't.
Just a little bit. Anyway, also dubbed Titanus Kong, or simply Kong. He's a giant ape created by Legendary Pictures that first appeared in the 2017 film Kong, Skull Island. He will also appear in the 2021 film Godzilla vs. Kong. Oh, I've been calling it King Kong vs. Godzilla. Either way, the people know what I'm talking about. Which hasn't come out yet and will face off against Godzilla. Spoilers, no he's not. Name, Kong was named by the Iwi inhabitants of Skull Island. The name corresponds to Congo, an African country known for its many gorillas. I love that. Known for its many gorillas. And then, Lucas, my favourite subtitle on these Monsterverse wikis, personality. Do you want to know what the personality of a 150-foot tall gorilla is?
Yeah, I do.
We have a quote here from Hank Marlowe. Kong's a pretty good king. Keeps to himself mostly. So, Kong has proven to be a fierce and brutal warrior when angered, hurling trees at oncoming helicopters and smashing many of them together like an absolute don. Despite this, he has a relatively gentle and peaceful side, helping the many buffalo of Skull Island and befriending Mason Weaver and James Conrad, and even sparing Aaron Brooks when she fell into the river in a battle with the Skull Devil, which is the leader of the fucking Skull Crawlers, which are like weird iguanas with skulls on their head.
Oh, God. This all sounds great.
Like, the movie's fantastic. It's great. Giant spiders and, like, octopuses. Like, it feels like a direct attack on the Godzilla movie. Do you know, like, Godzilla's barely on screen?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And he never fights any monsters, like in full view of the camera. He's always obscured by smoke or something. Like,
yeah, you just see, like, a little part of his tail go past on screen or something.
It's like, no, you have, like, a solid, like, 30 minutes of King Kong action, including a scene where he's just sat drinking some water and he gets attacked by a fucking giant octopus. You get side fights in the film. Anyway, Speaking of which, Kong has proven to be at least partly carnivorous, feeding on animals such as the Maya squid that he killed. It's also implied that he ate one of Packard's soldiers. However, this is proven to be accidental as the man falls into Kong's mouth when he holds a helicopter above his head. Yeah, he like grabs the helicopter and he falls out.
And then he's just like, you know what? He's in my mouth. I might as well eat him now.
Well, he fell in, so I might as well eat it. It'd be rude not to. Kong seems to show a great deal of loneliness due to him losing his parents. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, God.
His parents get killed by skullcrawlers when he's an infant, and he's the last of his kind. His eyes well up with gorilla tears when Weaver gently touches him.
Oh, my God.
I love the term gorilla tears, which isn't in the wiki, but that's what I'm going to say. Because fuck it, giant gorilla tears, why would I not? Oh man, Lucas, this is so rough. It says one of the cave paintings depicts him crouching and mourning over his deceased parents' remains.
Oh, God damn it. Another superhero with dead parents.
Super Carl, I can't wait. As well, another hero probably ends up destroying less things than Superman did in his movie.
And I'm gonna stop you.
The producers intentionally designed Kong to have a personality similar to a teenager orphaned early and forced to assume adult responsibilities, aka protecting an island from things called skullcrawlers.
You know what? If that's an adult responsibility, I don't want in.
Oh my god, Lucas, this is such a strong fucking line. This is basically a fucking lyric from a power metal album. The director wanted to give the audience an insight into Kong's state of mind, of him being, and I quote, a lonely and exhausted god. He's just like Lucas, he's just tired. He's like Godzilla. He's just tired. He don't want to fight anymore.
Oh god, why are they gonna fight? It's like they're both just fed up.
It's just two old men fighting. I love it. It's just Balboa the film. I love it. It's great.
Well, I was gonna say it's the end of MGS4.
Just two old. Yeah, can we do that? Can we like whoever edits this video? Can we please just edit like Kong and Godzilla onto the end of MGS4? This is like Snake and Liquid just fighting on top of the fucking Metal Gear. Oh, it says here that the actor who played Kong, Terry Notary, played him as a lonely and burdened 14-year-old that is trapped in the life of an adult. But I love that you have people putting so much pathos and thought into Kong. A fucking giant gorilla who fights an octopus. Kong is proven to have an immense hatred for the skullcrawlers, becoming very aggressive when encountering them. Well, they did kill his parents.
Yeah, don't blame him.
Yeah. In Skull Island, The Birth of Kong, it states that Kong has an instinct to protect humans. However, he's still shown killing people, but only those who did something to warrant it, such as attacking with a helicopter or the island, which attracts skullcrawlers, which he hates.
I think that's fair enough then.
Yeah, like, he fucking hates the skullcrawlers, and a detail I like is to explain why Kong is not in Godzilla King of Monsters. They say that Kong heard the cry of Ghidorah, which summoned all of the giant monsters on Earth, but he decided to ignore it because he doesn't listen. Like, Kong just does not listen. Like, he don't give a fuck, and he instead spends his time killing all the other creatures on the island who tried to go to Ghidorah's aid.
Oh, man.
And that's one of the reasons he's super pissed off, and presumably why he wants to fight Godzilla. It's like,
yeah.
Have you any idea how many fucking skullcrawlers came out when Ghidorah started, like, rocking about? So anyway, abilities. Climbing. Kong is shown to be a great climber, capable of scaling sheer cliffs and entire mountain faces with relative ease, mainly due to his massive size. Yeah, it's pretty easy to climb a mountain when you're half the size of it, I'll be honest.
Oh, God.
Durability and stamina. Kong was able to withstand bullets from military helicopters and attacks from skullcrawlers with some injuries. His stamina is very high. He was able to walk and continue through with long engagements. Despite being temporarily knocked out from a napalm explosion, he could still defend himself and awaken moments later to continue fighting the Skull Devil. After defeating the Skull Devil, he walks off, showing no signs of exhaustion. And one of my favourite things about that fight, and Luke, if you edit this one, you'll want to go watch this clip, is the insult slap from the Skull Devil. And it is where, like, Kong is trapped and he's, like, stuck in, like, the chains of a ship's anchor and he can't move. And the Skull Devil goes up, licks its lips, turns around and slaps him in the face with his tail. It's just... And the thing is, the Skull Devil didn't need to do that, but it did anyway for the insult, and I respect it.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's still got killed by King Kong, so fuck it.
It did get that insult slap in, which is worth it. Intelligence.
It did.
Kong is shown to be an intelligent being, for he can differentiate his allies from his enemies. He also takes advantage of his surroundings while fighting and can use tools, as many primates do, which he shows by using boulders and trees as weapons, which leads to one of the greatest 3-second clips from any movie, which is a giant iguana lizard with a skull for a face, sat there screaming, and then just from like the corner of the frame, Godzilla comes roaring in doing Donkey Kong's forward air with a rock in his hand. It's so good. He even used a chain to tear off the propeller from a wrecked ship and use it as a grapple to hack at Skull Devil. Speed and agility. Kong is surprisingly quick for a creature of his size, dodging Skullcrawler attacks from behind quickly. He has a body built for flexibility and can swing his long arms to make effective combat strikes. He can also leap very high. So I guess that's how he's going to fight Godzilla.
Well, I was going to say that's how he fights Godzilla, but then you mentioned that he's got long arms, and Godzilla has notoriously short arms, Karl.
No, he's going to win on reach. But then
He's
again,
going to win on reach.
does reach matter when you're like 300 foot shorter than your opponent?
And when the opponent has atomic breath powers.
Yeah. Now, how the fuck are they going to like make up for that?
I don't know.
Are they just going to give him a gun?
He's learned how to use tools, Karl.
Like, do you know that amazing Hellboy panel where it's the monkey with a gun? And it's just screaming, firing wildly? We're going to have that. So here. Strength and combat. Like his previous incarnations, Kong is strong and long, despite not being fully grown, and great at combat against multiple smaller skullcrawlers that try to ambush him. He can easily overpower a Maya squid by smashing its head with his foot and tearing off its tentacles. With his strength, his punches can incapacitate skullcrawlers, and he can wrestle and pin the largest into the ground using sheer force. He can also stand on his feet while the Skull Devil's tail constricts his torso. He was capable of casually lifting a crashed helicopter off of a buffalo with one hand, and was capable of easily uprooting large trees and throwing them a great distance with unerring accuracy. The thing is, though, Godzilla knocked over a building.
Yeah,
with his
Godzilla
tail-
accidentally destroyed the Golden Gate Bridge by just falling on it.
Yeah, by accidentally just stumbling. So yeah. Weaknesses. Believe it or not, the king of Skull Island does have weaknesses. Lack of bodily armor. Kong's species are not naturally born with armor, unlike Godzilla, who has incredibly thick scales that make him resistant to attacks from enemies. Like, think about that, like, you've got King Kong, who gets, like, injured in Skull Island when he grabs a helicopter, and the blades cut his hand, and he's hurt. And then you compare that to Godzilla, who stands there as the entire military just fires on his face endlessly, and he's like, what?
Maybe they'll just, like, build him a mech suit. You never know.
Oh, man, we're gonna have Mecha King Kong.
That'd be awesome.
Oh wow, poor healing factor, fucking hell. Unlike Godzilla, who heals very quickly, and heals from nuclear explosions, don't forget, Kong has a relatively slow healing factor comparable to that of a human. He needs a long time and sustenance to heal. That's rough. That's bad. He's got
All this wiki is telling me is how much of a one-sided fight this should be.
Like, I don't know how they're going to make it. Like, they're going to have to weaken Godzilla.
Yeah, they are.
He's going to have to be injured in some way, so there's no fucking way this is a fair fight. And Lucas, as we often do, would like to end on some trivia.
Yeah, let's go for it.
So Kong is referred to merely as Kong and not the usual moniker of King Kong. The official bio references stating that the story of how Kong became a king. Yeah, so I just love, though, like, that idea that he's just so fucking tough. He's like, he's a king. It's like that amazing bit of the bestiary in God of War that I pointed out to you. Do you remember it?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay, so in God of War 2018, there's like the trolls, is it, that you fight?
Yeah.
And kill? And Atreus takes note of each one's name in his little book. And if you read it, there's one called the Stonebeard King. And when you read it, it notes that, oh, he's not really a king. He just turned up one day, said he was king, and no one could kill him. So they just made it.
I forgot about that, yeah.
That's what King Kong does. Like, you're going to call me king, and I'll accept that. And the fuck else is anyone going to say about it?
Does anyone want to challenge this?
Oh man, the skeleton of Kong's species, aka his deceased parents, are strewn along the ground of the bone graveyards, known as the Valley of the Fallen Gods.
Oh,
that is a fucking name, man!
Yeah.
Like, anyone out there who's in a band and you need to get names for songs and albums, or the band itself, just go onto Wikipedia pages for like shit like King Kong, and it's got you covered. No, Lucas, right, I don't care, because according to director Vought Roberts, an alternate opening would have taken place in World War II with soldiers fighting on a beach when a massive ape, similar to the 2005 Kong, attacks them and is immediately gunned down. However, the real King Kong would then emerge. The studio nixed the idea, telling the director, you can't do that. You can't take a shit on Peter Jackson that publicly from that high. It's not fair.
Yeah. Oh god, that would have been hilarious though.
It would have been though, wouldn't it? Like it's like taking the biggest metaphorical shit on the previous incarnation of the character. It's like the film Meg. The other one about the megalodon, the giant shark.
Oh yeah.
Like they have the bit where they catch like this 40-foot long shark. Like, well, this is clearly the giant shark everyone's talking about, and then the real Meg just comes on and eats the boat.
Oh god, or the time when fucking the killed off Zilla with Godzilla.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
That's great, but the final bit of trivia, in the novelisation, Kong's injuries from Packard's napalm trap are more severe as his fur is left smouldering, with some patches wholly burnt off, exposing the skin underneath. More instances of Kong's intelligence are shown, such as using dirt to put out the fires made by the helicopter, also causing a rock slide to bury a skullcrawler, confirming that Kong can learn Rock Slide and presumably Earthquake, making him very good in competitive Pokemon. But finally, to reiterate, we have not seen Godzilla vs. Kong yet. It's not out. We just thought it'd be fun to talk about both characters.
Yep.
God, I love King Kong. He's just a giant gorilla. He loves it. Large and in charge.